Good morning. I am 3 minutes early today and I have a special guest, and many of you know her. This is Maria and Joey's dog, our favorite Yogi Doggy midget. She stayed with me overnight and I'm so grateful. Anyway, I'm gonna switch to the ocean view now, but I just wanted to show you what's happening. And to show you what more is happening is Matryoshka being totally angry at this. I love this. All right, I'll be back. Let me put her back on the couch. You can stay there, sweetie. You can stay here. I'll take you later. Here. Matryoshka, you're good. I know, isn't it cute? Yes, I will do this. Gina, good morning. Good morning, Gina. Good morning, Ari. All right, can I switch? Ooh, can I switch? Yeah, I can switch. Here. Yay. Ocean. Good morning, Jana. Good morning, Joey. Good morning, Yanni. Joey, did you get to see Midge or did you join too late? Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Mike. Yes, it was funny, Joey. You should see this because good morning, Maria. Maria and Joey, you should see the beginning of this video because I showed Midge and Matryoshka hissing at her. But you know, at least they can be in the same room. So Matryoshka is definitely getting better. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, Jean. So before we start the practice, I just want to let everybody know that at the beginning, everybody who knows and loves midget as much as I do, at the beginning, we have a little bit of interaction of our yogi doggy midget and Matryoshka. So if you want to have a little laugh after we practice, you can go to the beginning and see it. It's really cute. Anyway, it's very fitting that today we're gonna continue exploring the loving kindness practice in terms of obstacles to loving kindness. And we already talked about desire and attachment on Sunday, and today we're going to look at aversion. And so you just saw an expression of aversion from my cat Matryoshka to Maria and Joey's dog Midget, who stayed with me. So that was very expressive. But in general, the force of aversion manifests through us in two primary ways. One is outflowing, such as anger, rage. Those states have a lot of energy. They are powerful and expressive. And we also experience aversion in a held in way, as in grief, fear, disappointment, despair. And here, aversion's energy is frozen and paralyzing. Whether we're directing aversion towards ourselves or others, whether we are containing the aversion within our minds or expressing it, these are the same mind states appearing in different forms. So let's explore one of the aversion states in a little bit more detail right now. Take a comfortable position and take a few moments, as always, to settle in, to acknowledge all the circumstances of your practice. Connect with your body, scanning it from top to bottom and just noticing what's present right now. Allow your breath to be soft and easy without forcing. And let this be an invitation for your body not to force anything either, to be effortless. One of the ways in which we direct aversion towards ourselves is in the form of guilt. As we go deeper in practice, we actually often begin to review everything harmful we have ever done. So often people recall having disappointed a friend a very long time ago, or something that happened with their partner who is not even a part of their life anymore. It is very important to be able to acknowledge such things, to let yourself experience the pain, and then to just let them go, to literally stop thinking about it. Of course, it may be easier said than done, but consider that if we don't let these feelings go, we actually enhance a mistaken self, a mistaken sense of self, the sense that we are innately bad, quote unquote. So it may be useful to remind yourself of your innate goodness every time you get into this guilt-driven cycle. And this doesn't mean you condone your own bad behavior. Instead, you acknowledge it and let it pass, setting an intention to refrain from that kind of behaviors in the future. After all, past is in the past, and there is nothing you can do to change it. Buddhist psychology, interestingly, makes a very clear distinction between guilt and remorse. The feeling of guilt or hatred directed towards ourselves, it really lacerates. And when we experience a strong feeling of guilt in the mind, we have little or no energy available for transformation or transcendence. We feel defeated by the guilt itself because it completely depletes us. And we feel alone. Our thoughts in those moments focus on our worthlessness. Oh, I'm the worst person in the world. Only I do these terrible things. But really, such an attitude is actually very self-promoting because we become obsessed with ourselves in the most egotistical sense. Remorse, by contrast, is a state of recognition. We realize that we have at some point done something or said something unskillful that caused pain to another human being, and we feel the pain of that recognition. But remorse really frees us to let go of the past. It leaves us with some energy to move on. It leaves us hopeful, resolved not to repeat our mistakes. And also, guilt can be very deceptive. We may feel that guilt can be a noble force that motivates us to serve others or perform wholesome actions. But in reality, guilt doesn't actually work this way. When you're motivated by guilt, your own pain takes center stage, and you often lose consideration of what somebody else may actually need in that moment. This kind of self-centeredness doesn't allow us to see clearly, to be connected fully. Our own feelings overwhelm our consciousness, and we end up serving ourselves, not others. And all of this leads to self-hatred, to judgment. We start seeing ourselves as a fixed entity and develop a strong habit of mind that drives our lives. Through our practice, any mindful practice, loving kindness included, with time we start seeing the impersonal nature of the forces that arise and pass away. And then we experience a very different reality. So aversion starts feeling like a rainstorm, arising and passing away. It's not your whole identity. Remember the difference between I am angry and I feel angry that we talked about a few days back? The first phrase, I am angry, fixes us in this faulty sense of our own badness, while the second, I feel angry, reminds us of our innate spaciousness, in which you can feel it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly, all at the same time, with all the contradictions. Through loving kindness, we start seeing ourselves clearly, with all our innate goodness, and of course, all the inevitable faults. And it's okay because such is life, a constant succession of ever-changing experiences. The foundation of loving kindness practice is to know how to be our own friend, to see our own basic goodness. So as feelings of guilt arise, remember the Buddha's wisdom. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Remind yourself of your own basic goodness and see if you can convert the sense of guilt into the sense of remorse, making it a more skillful state of mind. So let's take a few moments, a few minutes to do the loving kindness practice towards ourselves. And today, if you'd like, I invite you to bring to mind whatever it is you feel guilty about. Let yourself feel it. And as you do, start directing the loving kindness energy towards yourself. Reminding yourself that as much as anybody else, you deserve your own love and affection. Despite all your faults, you deserve to be happy just because you were born. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I be happy, healthy, and at ease. May I feel deep, natural peace. As always, you're welcome to repeat this verse that I prefer, or select your own phrases. I'll give you a few minutes in silence to go into this experience. And whatever arises in your body, in your mind, in your heart, simply acknowledge it and let it pass. Something painful arises in the mind, oh, I'm the worst person in this world type of thing. Gently remind yourself of your basic goodness and your birthright to be happy, no matter your faults. Remember to keep the verse of loving kindness, this mantra, the front and center of your practice, but part of your attention is always on your breath, on your body, reminding yourself that you are here and noticing whatever happens. And now gently let that go, taking a nice inhale and exhale, coming out of the practice. As you go through your day today, I invite you to notice whenever you feel guilty for something. And just notice how you do it, what you're saying to yourself, what you're feeling. And by the Buddhist psychology definition, is it guilt that you're experiencing or is it remorse? If it is guilt, can you somehow convert it in the state of remorse? Just see what happens. Thank you so much for being here. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.